Another undefeated season is complete. Alabama State now 13-0 on the season as we get set for postseason play. Bowl season is finally here. Alabama State wins another SWAC championship. This time we just straight up destroyed the Prairie View A&M Panthers. 105-24, whatever it was. If you're a Prairie View A&M fan, don't take this personal. But we have to take care of business. So there it is right there. We are the MAC champions yet again. What better time than to be a Alabama State Hornet football fan than now? We straight put Prairie View A&M in a spliff too. Straight touch them and open them up. Pause. But anyway, did we make it to the national championship game and did we get screwed yet again? Here's your answer right here. We are going back to the Rose Bowl. And you see it right there. We are back in the national championship game, taking on the Texas A&M Aggies, the winners of the Big 12. Texas A&M is going to be one hell of a game too. There are no pushover. They're undefeated for a reason. And now it's time for those postseason awards. Last season, he came up short for winning Returner of the Year. This season, he won it by a landslide. For the first time since season 1, we have a Returner of the Year award winner. And that man is Chad Hamilton, the redshirt sophomore out of Davie, Florida. Plays wide receiver, is dangerous on offense, and he's also dangerous on special teams, mainly on punt return. Davies is probably, no, take that back. He is the fastest wide receiver on this team. He has 99 speed, as a matter of fact. He's back there for a reason. That's the main reason why I put him back there. Plus, he was labeled as the second best returner. I just went ahead and put him first. So he has 1,995 all-purpose yards this season. He has a lot of yards as a wide receiver, has a lot of yards on special teams. The man is just an absolute monster. Along with that, he has 12 touchdown passes, 12 total touchdown passes. Here's one of them right here. I believe that is Grambling State. Yes, that is Grambling State. Dude is just an all-out monster. We decided to move him around a little bit more on offense, and it's been working out. He's been panning out. We're utilizing him much, much more. Great job, Chad Hamilton. And now, again, we did it again. Kellen McDonald this time, Offensive Lineman of the Year. This is the 4th consecutive year we had an offensive tackle win this award. Mainly, it's been our left tackles who have been dominating with this reward right here. So as you know, the last 2 seasons we had Keith Billings, who's now with the Denver Broncos, dominating things up front on the left side at left tackle. This season, it was Kellen McDonald holding down the fort. He has 57 pancakes on the season, and he's only allowed 2 sacks. On the left side, when things open up, we get big gains. And he's been very good on that side of the offensive line. This run right here by Steve Urkel was crazy. And, of course, because of this, he's, of course, a first-team All-American. I believe he's a senior as well. So this was a long time coming for Kellen McDonald. Finally getting his chance at the left tackle spot. Congratulations to him. We once again win the Biletnikoff Award. This time it's Tommy Chavez. Ryan Thompson won it the last 2 years. And now he's just continuing the tradition. Tommy Chavez out of South Carolina. He followed in the footsteps of Ryan Thompson. He did his own thing, and now he's the Biletnikoff Award winner as a senior. So now I believe that is what? 4 or 5. This is the 5th straight year that we will have a Biletnikoff Award winner. Starting with Tim Brown, then we had Don Robbie Smith, and then Ryan Thompson the last 2 years. Now we got this cat and Tommy Chavez. Leads the nation in receiving yards with 1,892. Leads the nation with receiving touchdowns with 21. He also has a handful of rushing touchdowns, of course. And, of course, he's a Heisman finalist. So, as of right now, he's on his way to New York City, Times Square. Look at that catch right there versus FAMU. That was absolutely crazy. But then we go to the next set of awards. And this is a milestone for us. For the first time in this series, we have defensive players that are bringing back awards. Grant Garcia had an unbelievable season. He's not only the winner of the Buckus Award, R.I.P. Dick Buckus, a.k.a. Linebacker of the Year, but he's also the winner of the Chuck Bednarik Award. named after the great Chuck Bednarik. If you don't know who that is, look him up. The dude was an absolute monster as a linebacker back in the day. So we got Grant Garcia bringing back 2 awards, the Bednarik and the Buckets, aka Linebacker of the Year. This is the first time in this series, once again, that we've had defensive players bring home awards to this program. Grant Garcia comes out of Boaz, Alabama, and he's been an absolute force since he stepped on campus. The man on the season leads the team in interceptions. He has 6 interceptions on the season, along with 1 pick 6 that you saw on the previous highlight. Grant Garcia lives in the backfield too, man. He's been in the backfield throughout his entire college football career. Look at that. Leads the team in tackles for loss with 37, and he has 19 sacks on the season. That is number 1 all across the nation. Grant Garcia has been a force on the Alabama State Ho-Check defense. So now we go 1 week later. We're in New York City. We're in Times Square. Tommy Chavez is in town. He's here for the Heisman Trophy presentation. Can he bring back another Heisman Trophy to the Alabama State football program? Can we keep this motor going? Let's find out right now.
Thank you all for being here. Tonight, we'll find out who wins the most prestigious award in college football, the Heisman Trophy. It's an honor to present this award, which goes to the best college football player in the country. This young man will become a part of NCAA football history. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Heisman Trophy. Congratulations, young man. You've earned it.
He was sitting behind some good wide receivers throughout his college career. When he finally became the number 1 wide receiver, he took advantage. This season, Tommy Chavez was automatic. The senior out of South Carolina can now call himself Heisman Trophy winner. And look at the first place votes. It wasn't even close. Tommy Chavez had a great season, man. On the verge of getting maybe 2,000 yards. He has had a phenomenal season. We have 1 more game to play, and I'm pretty mad at the fact that they're not showing the rushing touchdowns on those season stats. That's criminal. But congratulations to Tommy Chavez. Now let's take a look at the All-Americans. So of course, you know Chavez is an All-American. Chad Hamilton is an All-American. We also got Kelly McDonald. That's also an All-American. Look at Ryan McCauley, the guy that was competing with Kelly McDonald for best offensive lineman, Edward Atkins. So we had 2 players on our offensive line that did not make first team All-American. 3 of our 5 offensive linemen did. That is a great proposition for Alabama State. Grant Garcia, of course, is named Bednarik winner and Buckets Award winner. So of course he's going to be the middle linebacker on the first team All-American squad. Ryan Anderson was a shock, considering he finished 2nd place for the Jim Thorpe Award. Maybe next year we can get him that Jim Thorpe Award, because I'm pretty sure he's upset about that. He doesn't even have an interception yet this season. Second team, we didn't have many people, but I believe we had 1 or 2 people from the defensive side of the ball for the Hornets that made second team All-American. And on top of that, we did have some HBCU players that did make first team All-America. I did see somebody from Howard University, so that's pretty good. Oh, look at that. There go Phillip Sims from Alcorn State as a middle linebacker. Dang, I forgot who that was. I believe it was Joe Brown that made it as a free safety. If my memory is correct, he did finish the season strong with 3 interceptions. 3 interceptions in 2 games, and 2 of them went back for a pick 6. Dude was an absolute beast. Oh, there he is right there. 5 INTs on the season, 2 pick 6s. Both of those coming in the game versus the Miami Hurricanes. Now, with this being said, I am looking really hard to get that NCAA next. I want to do a new series with that. And we're probably going to go ahead and continue the story with Kyle Gray. But instead of using the college football revamp, we're going to skip over the NCAA next. Oh, look at that. Somebody, oh man, Morgan State has somebody, a running back, as a matter of fact, as a freshman All-American. You saw Justin Frankie Beverly and Mays make it as a first team All-American. Well, not first team, but a freshman All-American. Jeremy Fleming made it, our starting guard. He was phenomenal this season. We're looking more from our offensive linemen. I believe after this season, we're going to be losing just about everybody on our offensive line except for Jeremy Fleming. I think everybody else on our offensive linemen are seniors. That's crazy. They've been balling out this season though, man. So with that being said, oh, I forgot our kicker made it as a freshman All-American. But look at the first team swag though. First team swag, we dominated damn near every position on offense. Even Henry Ortiz made it. That was a shocker. Look at that, Sheldon Green. As a first team all-SWAC player, he had a great finish to the season too. Look at this right here, our offensive line. Everybody on our offensive line made it on that list. Our entire starting offensive line. We dominated on offense. Rashawn Pearson made it on defense as a defensive end. He had 8 sacks this season. That's the most sacks we'd had from a defensive lineman since the start of this series. So yeah, Rashawn Pearson, we're looking for him to do big things going into what I believe this is his junior season that's coming up. Grant Garcia, this is probably going to be his last season with us. I'm pretty sure NFL scouts are licking their chops. Ryan Anderson made it. Avery Benson made it. 4 INTs and a pick 6 that came against Alcorn State. Joe Brown was phenomenal, and so was Jason Reed. He might end up and leave this season too. We might have a whole new secondary next season, man. And of course, we got to look at the second team. There goes Chad Hamilton. That's crazy. Chad Hamilton made it as a first team All-American, but his second team all-SWAC. That's weird to me. So let's continue on, man. Let's talk about what's going on in real life right now. Alabama State's I believe they're on a 4-game winning streak right now. They shouldn't lose a game anymore this season. I believe they have Mississippi Valley State left. I think they got Valley this weekend. Then they got another game after that. And then, of course, they got the Turkey Day Classic, the original Turkey Day Classic against Tuskegee. I believe North Carolina Central is going to win the MEAC again. I think North Carolina Central is going to repeat as Celebration Bowls champions. I don't see nobody from the SWAC messing with that team. They physical, they're balanced on offense, and they got a dangerous defense. There goes Josh Jones, and there goes Nate Reed. Nate Reed made it as a second team all-SWAC. So yeah, man, we did the damn thing. But this season 9 team has the potential to be the best HBCU squad of all time, man. Like, this team was really, really good. So now we're going from the SWAC, and you see the MEAC teams, which had a pretty good season as well. As a matter of fact, we broke a record for HBCU teams in a bowl game for season 9, as a matter of fact. We will reveal that to you shortly. But this was a great season for HBCU football in NCAA 06. We had I believe it was 9 teams that made bowl games this season, combining the MEAC and the SWAC. This was a great season, man. Like, probably the best one we've ever had in this series. Also, let's go back to real life. So as you know, the Florida A&M Rattlers, they are now champions of the SWAC East. We are still waiting to see who's going to come out the West. It looks like it's going to be either Alcorn State or it's going to be Southern. Have those two teams even played each other yet? If they haven't, I can't wait to see that game. I would like to watch that game from start to finish. But right now, FAMU is going to Atlanta. Or wouldn't take that back. Take that back. I forgot. The SWAC championship game is hosted by the team with the better record. So it looks like the SWAC championship game is going to be played in Tallahassee, Florida. But the question is, who is it going to be? Is it going to be Alcorn State or is it going to be Southern? So now let's reveal these bowl games. New Orleans Bowl. The MEAC champion Tennessee State Tigers are taking on the Southern Miss Golden Eagles in the Superdome in New Orleans. Tennessee State comes in at 8-3. So now we go to the Champ Sports Bowl down there. I believe this used to be in Orlando, Florida. The Howard Bison, team that finished second in the MEAC, are taking on the North Carolina State Wolfpack. They come into this bowl game at 9-2. They are looking to make noise against the ACC squad from Raleigh, North Carolina. Down in Mobile, Alabama, lies the GMAC Bowl. The Tulane Green Wave are taking on the Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils. 8-3. Mississippi Valley State currently on a 3-game winning streak, looking to make it 4. Poncetta Bowl, that used to be out there in San Diego, California. You have the Grambling State Tigers going up against the Tulsa Golden Hurricanes. Look at this right here, though. Grambling's on a 3-game losing streak, 6-5 on the season right now. Fort Worth Bowl down in Fort Worth, Texas. Florida A&M Rattlers at 6-5 are taking on the Houston Cougars. 3-game winning streak for Houston, 2-game winning streak for the Florida A&M Rattlers. Of course, you know in real life right now, the Houston Cougars are now members of the Big 12. They went from Conference USA to AAC, and now they are members of the Big 12 Conference. Remember, too, Colorado will be there next year. Motor City Bowl up there in Detroit. Prairie View A&M is going back to the Motor City. This time they're taking on the Fresno State. That's coming all the way from the West Coast. Both teams are coming off a loss in their last game. Both teams are looking to turn around and finish strong. Looks like Fresno State has a very dangerous run defense, though. And look at Arkansas Pine Bluff in the bowl game down there in Houston, Texas, the Houston Bowl. They're going to be taking on the Nebraska Cornhuskers, a team that's 2 years apart now for winning the national championship. Currently on the 1-game losing streak is Arkansas Pine Bluff. Here's a first timer up there in Nashville, Tennessee. The MEAC's Delaware State Hornets, 7-4, currently on a 3-game winning streak, are taking on the Tennessee Volunteers. Tennessee coming to this game at 6-5. Wow, that's crazy. With the talent they got, you thought they would be doing better. And then, of course, the Rose Bowl. Alabama State taking on Texas A&M. SWAC versus Big 12 for the national championship game. We are currently on a 39-game winning streak. Longest active streak going on right now. Can we catch the Oklahoma Sooners of the late 40s, I believe it was, the team that won like what? I forgot how long that winning streak was, but we're never going to see that again in real life. I believe that was like 60 or 70 straight wins. That was crazy. We're never going to see that again in real life. But anyway, man, join us next time the bowl season begins. Peace.